Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn the new topic causes of earthquakes. Crustal instability is the one of the major factor responsible for earthquake. First of all, we'll see crustal instability. How crustal instability is the major factor responsible for the earthquake. Earthquakes are caused by the movement of earth outer layer. When there is a movement in earth's outer layer, earthquake caused. Then we'll see what happens actually. The outside layer of the earth is split into tectonic plates which are moving slightly due to the movement of magma in layer below. It means that the tectonic plates move in different direction due to the movement takes place in magma. And students, we already know that magma, there is movement in magma due to the convectional currents originated inside the earth's surface, especially in magma, and that convectional current moves the plates in different direction. Sometimes we have seen that the plates moves towards each other, that is called as convergent plates. Sometimes they move away from each other, that is called as divergent plate, and sometimes they slide past each other, that is called as a transform plate. So these three types of plate movement due to convectional current affect the movement, affect the plates movement. Okay, this causes plates to squeeze together, move apart and slide past each other, slide alongside each other. So sometimes as we know that sometimes squeeze, sometimes it's move apart each other, and sometimes they slide past each other. Okay, rocks are made up of elastic material, and so elastic strain energy is stored in them during the deformation that occur due to the gigantic tectonic plate action that occur in the earth. What happens, as you know that the rocks inside the earth's surface is elastic in nature, and that elastic material store energy, okay, in them during deformation and that when that energy release, that resulted into earthquakes. Okay, so tectonic plates actually move in different direction, and when these tectonic plates move in different direction, different types of movement takes place on earth surface. So we'll see on next line. Earthquakes are caused by a sudden release of stress along fault in the crust due to continuous motion of tectonic plates. Stress builds in the rock on both sides of the fault. When the stress exceeds the strength of the rock, what happens, the earthquakes are caused by sudden release of stress. When the energy stored by these rocks, when they release that stress, especially along the fault in the crust, due to continuous motion of the continuous motion of tectonic plates, and as a result stress builds in the rock on both side of the fault. Both side of the fault builds stress, and when the stress exceeds the strength of the rock, when the stress exceeds the strength of the rock, then it is released in a suddenly, it's released suddenly, sudden in the form of sudden jerk movement. The released seismic energy propagates as wave through the earth and along the surface, and these waves cause the shaking that we feel. So when this energy which is stored along the fault lines, and it's released, so it propagates as a waves through the earth along the surface, and these waves cause the shaking that we feel. Okay, now next, the second cause of earthquake is volcanic eruption. Most of the earthquake caused due to volcanic eruption are generally shallow origin, and their area of disturbances is relatively small, and rarely exceeds a few hundred square kilometers. So another cause of earthquake is volcanic eruption, but the earthquakes which is related to volcanic eruption are generally shallow in origin. Shallow in origin, it means that their origin point is not very deep, and because the energy released through the this activity is not large, that's why it's also cover a very small area, that is only a few hundred square kilometer. Now the next third cause of earthquake is disturbance of the crustal balance. Sometimes the crustal balance is disturbed through the accumulation of large amount of water behind large dams. Sometimes the built and the dams are built across the rivers, so large amount of water stored behind, and as a result that accumulated water creates stress, create stress on the tectonic plates, and that's why it's accelerate the pace of the tectonic plates, and as a result earthquake caused. Now another reason for such disturbance in the crustal balance may be the deposition of a large amount of eroded material in a lowland area. Sometimes due to the erosion, large erosion and transportation, the debris, or you can say that the material eroded by the natural agents deposited in the low lying areas, and due to the accumulation of or you can say the heavy accumulation of that deposits in a low lying area also disturb the crustal balance, and as a result earthquake caused. Okay, so these are the three main causes which are responsible for the earthquakes. First of all, we have seen crustal instability, then volcanic eruption, and third one is disturbance of crustal balance. So students, in this video lecture we have covered causes of earthquake. In the next video lecture we are going to see the distribution of earthquake on earth's surface. Till then, keep revising this topic.